I never got to meet Janice Watson. I got to know her sister Monty and several of her cousins, and the stories that they told me about her were that she just had this incredible heart and spirit for caring for children. She was a teacher and never had children of her own and wanted to have children but was unable to. So this was her way of having her own extended family. Oftentimes I would ask the question, what if there were no Watson Children's Shelter? And to me, that answers the bigger question, because without Watson Children's Shelter, there would be so many children and families who would not have that embrace of the kind of support that they needed.
I think that oftentimes there can be a crisis situation and children have to carry that when their families don't have a safe place or there's not a stable, safe next step for them. They're carrying the weight of that themselves, and that's a traumatic event for a child. Not only the car accident or being separated from their family, the moment where the people can't come around them and support them. Watson is there in that moment that we can support the kids. They instantly have a bedroom, they have toys that are specific to them, they have staff that can't answer all the difficult questions that are coming from the kids, but they are letting the kids know that, you know what, we got it. We're going to figure this out. And while we do, you're safe, you're stable, you're cared for, you're comfortable. As a community, it's so important to have a place so that the difficult situations that adults are facing and working through are not carried on their children's backs. That we can stand in there as a community, support the kids, and hopefully also support the parents so that they can work through those situations.
I'm glad you're here today.
I'm glad to be here.
I was about 10 years old when I was placed into Watson's care. I remember one woman specifically. She embraced me immediately when I walked in the door, and I just felt so safe and immediately had a connection with her. And I really truly felt like Watson did a good job about making it feel like a natural home. My mom doesn't have the best partner picker in the world.
I don't.
And when I was about 9, she was nearing the end of a very traumatic and abusive relationship with the father of my youngest sister. And he was a very dangerous person, and we had been in and out of safe homes in Colorado, and at some point I remember that they court ordered us to leave the state for safety purposes to a state where there was another support system for us. So we moved from Colorado when I was about 10 and a half, and we stayed with Aunt Sabrina, your sister, in South Dakota for a little while. After that, we moved up here to Montana, where my aunt, her oldest sister, was living in Darby, Montana. And I think, I don't want to speak on your behalf because I was so young, but I think part of the decline for you that ended up getting us in the position that we were in was you lost your family stability. I had grandparents in Colorado, all of the rest of my aunts and uncle, but my grandparents were really pivotal in helping my mom as a single mother make sure that we were okay. And so when we moved, she kind of lost that support she was used to, and so did we. And so I know moving to Montana was what was best for us, but I think that it also caused some kickback for just like choices and behaviors, and like created a scenario where none of us were okay, especially because of the reason that we had to move to Montana.
Just coming out of abusive situation and going there and having to start your whole life basically over, and not having any support, what you're used to, was really, really hard. And I don't ever want to go through that again. It was a lot of hard work, but I'm just grateful that I'm where I'm at today. I don't ever want to be where I was. And I mean, I wish I could have been better back then, and as Ashley said, if we would have had more of the support we needed, it would have probably changed a lot.
It took me a really long time throughout my teenage years to like understand the why behind child family services and counselors, because I know for a long time, because I was so confused, in the long run, not going back with my mom. I did after Watson, but in the long run I didn't. So I held a lot of resentment to the people that did help me. And the older I've gotten, I understand the why behind why everybody in this industry does what they do. And I look back at my life and I like don't know if I would be where I am now without like Watson and the group homes and the child family services and counseling, because if we would have been reunited with how long it took you to be okay for yourself, I think like my life personally would have been very different. And I had support from my foster family and child and family services all throughout my teenage years. And I know that that is like so important and pivotal in like the life that I live now and like who I am as a person now. And it could have potentially been very different without the support from places like Watson. So I think that I like live this beautiful life and have a beautiful relationship with you now because I went through and was supported by all these different resources.
There's no good or bad experiences in life, it's just a learning process. I guess I'm just grateful because some people don't get to have the relationship again.
Every single parent we work with wants to be the best parent that they can be, but not everyone has the background knowledge of what it looks like to truly bring up a child in this world. Healthy Foundations is a child abuse and neglect prevention program. The idea is that if Healthy Foundations works upstream, if we are getting in the homes when parents are pregnant or expecting and they don't really know what they want parenting to look like, but they know that they want to do the best job that they can, we basically are their parenting cheerleaders.
After working with Healthy Foundations for a while and receiving a lot of help, whether it was with baby clothes, blankets, toys, really made me feel like this was a safe program. They had been helping me since the birth of my son.
We find that if the parent feels that they have somebody truly in their corner, believing in their ability to parent and be the best parent they can be, it doesn't take much for them to flourish and become the parent that they do want to be.
Children matter so much, and the parents matter just as much as the children. And I think a lot of people forget that Watson's not just supporting the children, but they're also supporting the family as a whole.
How much the community cares about children, how much my staff cares about children, and then how resilient the children in this community and this organization are. Their laughter, their joy, their kindness with one another, it's just flooring every day. I think introducing the gala as a celebration of the children, the strength of the families that we are seeing, the reunifications that happen, celebrating as a community the successes we see for the children, I think is just vital. Thinking of joy, thinking of activities our kids get to do, thinking of their connection with staff. Summer is probably one of the most important times of the year for us. We just have basically our own summer camp. Children are maybe up at Big Sky water slides, or mining for sapphires in Phillipsburg, or touring around the Missoula community.
There's a lot of kids who don't have the opportunity to go do those things. Even like the movies, like we've been to the movies so many times with kids who've never been to the movies. Just those small things that we take for granted. There's a lot of kids who are like, what? We get to do this today? Like, and the next day and the next day and the next day, and just seeing them so tired out after having a full day of just absolute fun and honestly like the best vacation ever. I think that's how I would put it. A summer program is like the best Montana vacation for kids.
Those are the tough decisions we want children to be facing. Like, what fun activity do they get to do with the safe people in their community? And so summer is very important to the children at Watson, and support for our summer activities is very important to Watson.
We're all growing on our journey. Watson is part of the solution, and it's critical that Watson continues because there's always going to be a need.